students get some motivation from an alumnus.
Plus, playing dress up as a grown-up. Stay tuned, TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
High-definition digital production center on the Troy campus with news from Troy University locations around the world. This is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for January 23rd, 2014. I'm Danielle Percival.
And I'm Haley Greathouse. Thank you for joining us this evening. The University Activities Council holds an event each Wednesday night. Last night, the UAC brought a speaker to campus with close ties to the university. Courtney Addison has the story.
Wednesday night, the UAC hosted a guest speaker who wanted to bring a little motivation to students. But this speaker was special. Freddie Thomas graduated from Troy in 1988.
Troy gave me my start, as I said. Came here, walked on as an athlete, was able to use my athletic ability to earn a degree, and I'm just proud to have really just come in contact with the university.
While at Troy, Thomas won several football awards and was also a part of the 2 Division II national championship teams. Thomas added that he lived his life with the motto of always giving 100%. Thomas mentioned several times in his speech that he thinks of himself as an ambassador for Troy, because no matter where he goes, he can always find a way to mention Troy University in conversation. Thomas says he's honored to be back on campus.
It's an awesome accomplishment in terms of when you're ever asked to come back and speak to students. I get a joy out of it because my role right now is to come back and just have fun since I'm an alum here, and to get an opportunity to come back and just share my story with some of the students is just an awesome accomplishment.
Thomas made many points throughout his speech, but there is one that he hopes will stick with students.
Work hard. And as I said during the speech, is just that know why you're here, work hard to accomplish your reason for being here, and once you work hard, good things happen for you, Courtney.
Courtney Addison, Troy TrojanVision News.
The next UAC event will be Bongo Ball next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. in Sartain Hall.
There's a new exhibit on display at Troy's Johnson Center for the Arts. Amanda Ford gives us a look at what's on display.
The Johnson Center for the Arts has a new exhibit on display that comes in unusual shapes, sizes, and even colors. Some of the artwork is even displayed in a different way.
For the most part, suspended from the ceiling or hanging on the wall. So it's really wonderful, intricate sculptures that are really fun to see.
The exhibit showcases the work of Jamie Grimes, a native of Tuscaloosa. Most of his work is made from plastic that has been cut and melted. On display are also statues of wood carving, glass casting, and 3D paintings. Grimes recently received a Visual Artist Fellowship from the Alabama State Council on the Arts. The Johnson Center says they are excited to have such an esteemed artist on display in their building. The display will be open to the public.
This exhibit is on display until March the 29th, and you're more than welcome to come see it at the Johnson Center Wednesday through Friday from 10 to 5, and then on Saturday from 10 to 3, and admission is free of charge.
There will also be an exhibit reception honoring Jamie Grimes on February 27th at the Johnson Center. Amanda Ford, Troy TrojanVision News.
The Johnson Center for the Arts is located on Walnut Street, just off the square in downtown Troy. Warriors battling it out with swords and spears. It's something you might expect to see in the movies, but not necessarily when you're walking across campus.
That's right, Danielle. But yesterday, it was a sight to be seen as costume-clad students went to war on the North Quad. But as Sean Kent shows, it was all a little fantasy fun.
On Wednesday, the Troy University LARPing Guild held their first official gathering since the interest meeting in September. The activities started in the afternoon and continued until the evening. Zeth Villardo, one of the creators of the guild, tells us what LARPing is.
It's a live-action role-playing. It's pretty much a video game in real life. We take it into ourselves to use our personal skills, as opposed to like pressing a button or rolling a dice or any of that sort of stuff.
For most, it may seem like people dressing up and fighting, but there are some who say that it's more of an escape.
LARPing is an opportunity to create a person outside of yourself and enjoy the experiences that they have.
There is more than just fighting involved. There are many different places for people to join in, even if they don't want to fight.
Multiple opportunities, both combat and non-combat. For the combat, we have melees, sparring, duels, just kind of the basic sword fighting. We also have field fights, which is multiple people in sort of a team battle. From a non-combat perspective, we're going to have a lot of storytelling elements in the future. We have a banker that's going to manage the game's money. I'm going to be managing weapons when not fighting. We're planning to have a tavern, hopefully, a little bit of just kind of social aspect.
Sean Kent, Troy, TrojanVision News.
If anyone is interested in taking part in any future LARPing activities, they can contact the Guild through their Facebook page at Troy University LARPing Guild.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Tuscaloosa, police say a lost hunter has been rescued after using his flashlight to signal a passing helicopter for help. Police say they were responding to a call about a 37-year-old man with several medical conditions who failed to return after a hunting trip on Wednesday. Police say paramedics evaluated the man, and aside from being cold, wet, and hungry, the man was not injured.
And in Huntsville, Governor Robert Bentley planned to join other state and local officials in Huntsville this afternoon to participate in the ribbon cutting at General Electric Intelligent Platforms. A spokeswoman for the governor says the ribbon cutting will celebrate a $2.7 million expansion by GE, including creating a center of excellence. The expansion is supposed to add 50 jobs to the 243 employees already at GE's Huntsville operation.
And in Montgomery, the Alabama House has approved a bill to give adoptive parents a $1,000 tax credit to make it financially feasible for more people to adopt. The bill's sponsor, Republican Representative Paul Lee of Dothan, is an adoptive parent, and he says the income tax credit would apply to a private intrastate adoption and the adoption of an Alabama foster child where both the birth mother and the adoptive parents are from Alabama. The bill will now go to the Senate for consideration.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the women's basketball team has shown significant improvement in their last 2 games. Mitchell Spoon will have all the details when he joins us in sports. Now Mitchell Spoon will join us with a look at sports. So Mitchell, I've heard that the women won their 2nd consecutive game last night. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's right. They did win their 2nd game in a row. And to make things even better, it was a conference win on top of that. But I'll give you a full game recap a little later on now in sports. The Troy football team has a new face on its coaching staff as they welcome longtime coaching veteran Al Pogue to the crew. Pogue spent the last 3 years at Auburn University, where he served as Director of High School Relations. Here at Troy, though, Pogue will be assigned as the cornerbacks coach. But prior to working with Auburn, Pogue spent 13 years as a head coach at 4 different Alabama high schools. Pogue says the decision to come to Troy was not a difficult one, and head coach Larry Blakeney is eager to see him begin his work.
The decision to come to Troy was easy. It's a great opportunity. I'm a football coach, and coaching is my passion. And Auburn gave me an opportunity, but Troy's given me an opportunity to do what I really wanted to do, and that's coach kids and be a mentor.
Al Pogue is a guy that I think will make us better. And he'll make us better on the field, I believe, but he'll make us better off the field too. And he's been around this this age group of kids while working at Auburn, but the thing I really like about his experience is that he's been a high school head coach at 3 different places in the state of Alabama here.
To work and bring the things he learned at Auburn to Troy. The first task is recruiting, and with a strong base already in the state, the future could be bright for the Trojan defense. And the women's basketball team got conference win number 2 last night as they defeated UT Arlington on the road 85-62. The Trojans held Sunbelt newcomers to just 17% shooting in the first half. The Trojans were led by Joanna Harden, who put up 32 points, with 23 of those coming in the first half. Ashley Beverly Kelly came up with 16 points of her own and 4 steals. The Trojans caused the Mavericks to turn the ball over 21 times while limiting their own turnovers to just 9. In the first half, the Trojans held UT Arlington to 6 of 36 from the floor, and over a 13-minute span, the Mavericks missed 22 straight field goals. Though the Trojans were out-rebounded 58-41, defense held UTA in check. Troy will look to add another win to its current streak on Saturday when they travel to take on the Texas State Bobcats. And for the men's basketball team, they look to shake off their 2-game losing streak that ended their 2-game winning streak tonight when they take their turn to face UT Arlington. For the Trojans, Antoine Myers leads the team in scoring, averaging 12 points a game, with Hunter Williams right behind him with 11 points per game. As a team, the Trojans are out-rebounding their opponents by 7 boards a game, which is the best in the Sun Belt. Troy comes in with a 7-11 record and a 2-4 in the conference, while UT Arlington is 7-10 overall and 2-3 in the conference. This will be the first ever meeting between the two programs. Tonight's game is the first of 2 road games for Troy as they turn back around and face Texas State on Saturday. And the Troy men's tennis team dropped its 3rd match to a ranked team this week with a 7-0 loss in number 28 Auburn. Just 1 match removed from winning the doubles point against number 36 Florida State, Troy dropped the opening point to the Tigers. Auburn won matches at numbers 1 and 2 doubles to go up 1-0. Then the Tigers went on to win at numbers 5 and 6, and finally the number 1 singles to complete the shutout. The Trojans will be back on the court Saturday when they travel to face number 70 Tulane, and this will be their 4th ranked team in 5 matches to start the season. So Haley, Danielle, congratulations, of course, to the women's basketball team. Hopefully this 2-game win streak can extend to 3 when they take on Texas State, and best of luck to the men's team. Hopefully, they can turn things around and start getting a winning streak of their own started again.
Yes, and we wish the best of luck to all of our Trojans as they go into their games this weekend.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for